Good morning, class. This video is to show you how to use a JMLS computer. So we're lucky that we have a class cart of computers. So in order to be able to use one, you need to go get this contract that says how to use a JMLS computer on, they'll be right here on top of the computer cart. All right, so the first thing you need to do is write your name and date and period number on this sheet of paper. So name, date, and period number. Now, the first, you're going to need to fill in the blanks as I talk. Okay, so the answers, feel free to pause the video if you need to write something down that I say. So the first thing is this is our class cart, and you will only check out the class computer that has your class number. So whatever number's on your folder, whatever number that you sit in when it's assigned seats, that's your class number. So if you are number 4, you find a computer that is number 4, and you don't just jerk it out, okay, because the charger is here at the very top. You can see there's the little port for the charger. So you have to take the charger out, then pull your computer out. Also, make sure, see, I pulled this out of 4, but it has the number 5 on it. So I'm going to put that one back. I'm going to put the charger, I'm going to slide it in, put the charger in, and make sure that the one I'm getting has the correct number on the bottom. Okay? Now, you should walk to a table to use this computer. When you walk to table, you should hold it with both hands like a baby. Okay? So you should be protecting this computer, because a lot of times when you drop a computer, it's when you're walking with it. So you need to hold it with both hands. There should be none of this. There should be none of, even like this I'd rather you hold it kind of like this, like you would your sort of something that's precious to you. Okay? The other thing that I sometimes see people do is they'll be on a computer, and then someone from this side wants to see something, and they'll jerk the screen this way. That is a big no-no. Please do not do that. Okay, so you'll hold it with both hands like a baby. I will never have liquids or food or anything sticky at the table when I use this computer. So no drinks, no food, and no clay or whatever that stuff is people like to play with. Okay, that also includes paint. There should not be any paint with you when you have this computer. There are a couple of Chromebooks that I own that if you really need a computer while you're painting, you can come get one of those to use. Let's say you watch a video and then you're going to start your project and you don't need your computer anymore. I will return my computer when I am done using it. You should not leave your computer out on the table and then go back in the back room and start cutting paper and doing stuff while your computer is just laying there, okay? You are responsible for this computer. So if you're done with it, you've watched your video, take it with both hands, put it back, make sure the charge is charged up in the top, and put it in the correct slot, okay? During cleanup, so when it's cleanup time, you will need to stop immediately, log off, and quit all applications. So if you have Pinterest open, you need to log off of that account. If you have Google open, you need to log out of that account. Make sure everything is closed out before you return your computer. So that also includes if maybe it's not clean up and you're just going on to another project. Before you return at any time, make sure it's logged off. Okay, here are the things we won't do. I will not add anything to the desktop. That means like I'm not going to make it with a fancy picture that I like in the back, or add a bunch of things that I think are interesting, because this is not just your computer. It's also period 1, 2, 4, 7, and 8's computer, okay? I will also not change the language without permission, okay? That means you're going into the settings and you're changing the language. I will not remove keys or scratch the screen or damage it in any way. If you see damage on this computer, there are a couple things that are already there. So if you see damage on this computer, I'm going to leave a sheet up here. I want you to write down number 5 has a scratch on the screen or something like that. There's only little minor things that have happened so far. So there shouldn't be any, but let's go ahead and we want to write down what's already there so that I don't think one of you has done it. And number 4, I will not remove this computer from this room. So you will not take it out into the hallway. You will not take it with you when you leave. All right, if you're doing that, I'm assuming that you're trying to steal it, which I know you don't want to do. So you will not take it from out of this room. Now, let's say you have your computer, you're working, all right, and you start going on something that's not approved. You start playing video games or you start watching YouTube, whatever. That's it. There's no warning. You're done with the computer for that day, and you might not be able to use it for 1, 2, or 3 days after that. You are only allowed to use the computer for what I say it's used for. So right now we have YouTube on my YouTube channel or other approved art videos and Pinterest so far. And we'll add other ones as we go on. But right now that's what's available. Now, let's say you're doing an image search because you want to find something for zebras, and you type in zebras and something inappropriate comes up. It is your responsibility to close it out and not show it to others, okay? It's only when you make an issue out of it that you will get into trouble. If you see something, you're like, oh, I shouldn't be looking at that, and you just click it out, you're not in trouble. But if something comes up and you're like, oh, look at this, oh my God, da, 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 everybody look, oh, can you see this? That means you're going to be in trouble because it's your screen, okay? And we'll have to do a reflection sheet, and then we'll go forward from there. All right, the last question is, the Chromebooks are $300 each, and the MacBooks are $1,000 each to replace. So if you want to use one of these computers, you need to fill this out with all the answers, and you need to sign and date it and give it to me. That's saying that I'm going to follow all these agreements while using these computers, and I'm going to be responsible for this computer if something happens to it. If you're not willing to do that, don't get a computer. Okay? It's up to you. Now, I think that's it. So once you have filled out this information, you can give it to me and you'll be allowed to check out your computer.